Hi Mike.
Hey Koen, how's it going?
Great, what about you?
I'm okay. So the Z230, we have it in two flavors, small form factor, micro tower, which is called the entry-level workstation. One of the units which is using the latest technology from Haswell, both on the Core I and Xeon.
So what we see now is that on board we also have some graphic outputs to connect even up to 3 independent screens. So that's very nice. It's based on the Intel graphics that's on the CPU that you can use, and there are more and more ISVs who are also supporting nowadays these Intel graphics.
We can go all the way up to the Quadro Kepler 4000, so giving you extreme high 3D performance.
So we have 4 memory slots, so you can go up to 32 gigabytes in this unit.
We offer the possibility of ECC and non-ECC memory. Core i5 and Core i7 on the Haswell generation does not support the ECC memory, so you will not be able to slot ECC memory there. But on all the other constellations, so basically the Xeon side does support the ECC memory. If I look at it, I see 5 SATA ports. So you can connect up to 5 devices, being great, let's say any mix of optical discs, up to 5 in a combination you can be putting.
So this handle gives you the possibility to very easily lift up the workstation, and in the back you have access to 2 drives. By default, this motherboard does support RAID configurations, RAID 0 and RAID 1. RAID 0 is striping, which will give you an extra performance. RAID 1 is mirroring, where you get extra backup. So if one of the 2 disks is failing, you can continue to work. So if we take a look at the back of the unit now, we can see all the ports that we have racked. We have 6 USB ports, 2 of them are USB 3.0. We have the network port, so that we can connect to a network. We have 2 display ports and 1 DVI-I. So to the DVI-I we can also connect a dongle converter via VGA, and then we can connect any analog screen. The display ports, there are actually many converters from DisplayPort to VGA, DVI-D, dual-link DVI-D, even HDMI, and the HDMI will also have the audio signal on that same cable, so that's very useful. And then we still have the color-coded PS2 ports, 1 for the mouse and 1 for the keyboard. In this configuration we have 2 times the Quadro 410, which gives you an extra DVI-I and a display port for each card. So
all of our units are rack mountable. So if you buy the right sliding set, that way you can put the unit at a distance in the optimized room. So taking the noise, taking the heat, but taking all the connectivity into that specially designed room, and you can bring your workstation forward using RGS. So RGS, remote graphic software, allows you to remotely work on your workstation without losing any of the power.
So RGS is for free with all the workstations, all the ZZ workstations. Another software that we do have available for free on the workstation is the HP Performance Advisor. Performance Advisor is a tool that comes for free. You can install it on any Z workstation, and it actually has got 3 major components. One component is your computer, where you can see the content of what is installed on material in your unit. So on a block diagram you can very easily see what are the components and see if they are put in the correct slot. So it is very important for us. You can also save that configuration to a file, send it over to us if you have an issue, and we can advise you with the best configuration for your workstation. The second part is actually software, your software. So in there we will see what software you have installed from our ISVs, and in there we can advise you or say, okay, let's say for AutoCAD, this driver is advised, this driver version is advised for the graphics card that you have installed in your workstation. From there you can download it and install it. Also concerning the BIOS settings, it will advise you the best configurations for that application. Some applications do like, for instance, the hyperthread functionality, and it will automatically enable it, reboot the unit, and then you can work with the best performance. A third part is the performance, your performance of the unit. You have 3 components in there, and the most important is the middle one, where you can check where your workstation is blocking. So if you have an application and you have the feeling that your workstation is not performing at its maximum, you can launch this multi-processing, do this action, and afterwards you can look again, stop the monitoring process, and then you can see on a graph which components are the most heavily used. You can see immediately which components are at, let's say, 100% or 90%. Most of the time customers say, okay, my 3D model is not moving, so I need to have a more powerful graphics card, which is not always the case. Most of the time the graphics card is not even very heavily charged, it's at 20%. So it would be better to take a lower graphics card and invest in the components that are really charged, like, let's say, the CPU. If you have any product related questions, you can contact Jörg Schepens, who is the person who is responsible for the channel, and we have Mikkel van den Bussen, who is actually the product manager. So if you have any questions on the stock at channel, tier 1 distribution, whatever, you can contact Mikkel van den Bussen. If you have any technical questions, you can contact me. So with that, I want to thank you for your attention and talk to you later.
Thank you very much.